Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are doing an art journal layout. Now for today's art journal layout, I wanted to do something very simple which uses minimum supplies. So here I'm just taking through all these pages of our journal layout that we have done till date. Now as always, I'll link the playlist below for you all where each and every one of this page tutorial has been added, so that in case you're interested in a particular page, please feel free to check them out. Now every page kind of tackles on a different technique that I use. In this particular page, however, I wanted to keep it very simple, something which you can do when you don't have mojo, which I was feeling that day. So I kind of took a pre-colored page. Now if you would have followed my previous page tutorials, you would see that whatever color is left out from coloring or using on an art journal layout, I kind of just put that extra paint on future pages, and that kind of becomes a starting point for my page. And that is why you see this blob of colors on the top of my page. And these are all liquid watercolors, so I think it's a combination of a black color, a yellow color, and some splotches of pink here and there. Now as always, whatever products I use or talk about in this tutorial, they'll all be linked below for you all in case you're interested, or they'll also be present on the blog link mentioned below in the description. Now here as I said, I was trying to do something which is very simple, something which people can follow easily. And one major thing that I wanted to do was I did not want to use a lot of supplies. So here what I'm doing is I kind of have these geometric shape stencils which you kind of use a lot in your schools, etc. So this is kind of a very basic stationery item. And then I'm just taking a black pen and I'm kind of scribbling and kind of making a pattern that I feel like, again, there is no rhyme and reason. What I was trying to do was trying to create a visual triangle. So if you see, there are three ends of the triangle, one end on the left and then one on the top and one on the bottom. So that's the only logic that I was following. And then I was kind of drawing random shapes here and there. And once I was happy with how the right side looked, I kind of repeated the same thing on the left side. Again, not using a lot of logic over here, just doing some scribblings here and there, and drawing out shapes using those stencils. Once I was happy with how the things looked, I kind of decided to just add a little bit more interest using a stencil. Now this is one of my favorite stencil. This is a CrafTangles mixed media stencil, and it kind of has that circuit tree kind of a diagram on the left, which I really like. And I was kind of I just felt like it would go really well with whatever doodling I did. So I'm kind of passing some white texture paste through it. Now remember, we are passing this white texture paste through some liquid watercolors. So what will happen is while this is drying, it will react with the watercolors underneath, and it will kind of give a cool effect to the texture paste. So it will not dry completely white. Wherever as you could already see on the screen, wherever there's that black color, it is kind of becoming grayish, the texture paste. And that was a very fun look, which again I got kind of it kind of came accidentally. It was not something that I was doing on purpose. Now once everything is dried, you can see it kind of has mellowed down a lot because it has reacted with that liquid watercolors. And then I'm kind of just playing around with some colors and contrast. Since I had some yellow in it, I decided to add some gold color splashes here and there, and for that I'm using this CrafTangles mica powder. So this is in the gold color, and then I'm kind of just using some water and spreading it on top of the page. So this will add some sheen and some pop of yellow on top of the color. Next up, since we had some splashes of pink here and there, I have decided to use this art sprays. So this is CrafTangles art sprays. This is one of the pink color. I don't remember the shade name, but you can again see, I have kind of concentrated it around the doodling area and the gold where I put the gold mica in. And then what I'm doing is I'm kind of spreading it out with some water, and that kind of creates an organic pattern, and it kind of ties in the yellow and pink which was there in the background. So I'm kind of repeating the colors so it just does not look like a one-off color on top of the page. Now once I'm happy with how the background looks, I will kind of decide on where I want to put my girl, and then on the sentiment. For sentiment, I'm using these sentiment sheets by CrafTangles. These are motivational sentiment sheets. These are A4 in size, so they are quite perfectly sized for like an A5 or a big art journal. And then I'm kind of cutting it out. Here I decided to use the black sentiment, and then I'm just using some glue to stick it on top of my page on the right side. And on the left, I was still kind of thinking what can I add more, just to tie in that little bit of gold that we have added here and there. So for that I decided to use this scrap die cut piece that I always have. So whenever I do die cutting, I kind of like to keep these kind of negative pieces, especially if they are from like a gold or silver foiled papers, so that I can use them in art journal, and they kind of add interesting layers to it, especially in an art journal or a mixed media layout. And as you can see, these kind of small details kind of adds everything in together. So these gold really tied in with the gold mica that we had used, and that really tied in with the yellow color which was there in the background. So that was the art journal for today. I hope you enjoyed this very simple layout. I'll see you soon with another tutorial. Till then guys, take care. Bye bye.